How's it going, everybody? It's the Sunday Blues. Going live every Sunday here online, wherever you are in the world. Always nice to know where you're watching from. I'm in Shrewsbury, England. So comment, let me know where you are. And in this lesson, I'm going to be talking a little bit about how to solo over a jazz blues. I'm just going to make sure you can hear me all right. Hey, Alan, good to know you're in. Let me know it sounds all right if you can. I'm reading the comments. I'm going to keep going with this Sunday Blues lesson. I do these little bite-sized lessons as a precursor to the main lesson that's happening for Acoustic Masterclass members every Sunday. Like Alan, he'll be there. And whoever else is watching that's a member will be starting in just under an hour. Of course, if you miss it live, it will be stored in the archive. I'm just bringing this microphone in a little bit. It'll be stored in the archive for you to watch tomorrow or the next day or in a year's time, whenever you want. Now, a question I often get asked when I'm playing gigs by guitar players is, you played a jazzy blues song there. What scales were you using? And it's a really difficult question to answer because I don't really think of it in that way. You know, of course, I know the blues scale, you know. So if I'm playing in the key of A and a 12-bar blues in A, then of course you can noodle around that blues scale. If you don't know it, check out the Art of the Blues course in the lesson vault. It's in there. But you know, we're not just thinking about that single scale. We're often thinking of the chord tones. We're thinking of notes to between the chord tones. What do I mean by chord tones? Kind of the same term as arpeggios. I mean, if this is an A, then the chord tones of A are, or it's an arpeggio, which means every note of the chord. You've got the 1, the 3, the 5. Oh, sorry, that was a sharp 5. 1, 3, 5, 1, 3, 5, 1. Doesn't sound very bluesy when you play it like that. So I'm not just thinking blues scale, I'm thinking chord tones. And I'm also thinking major notes, because that blues scale is the minor. But I'm kind of deviating a little bit here, because in today's lesson inside the site, we're going to be looking at, I've sent out a tab sheet. I don't know if you can see that. It's never looked so good on the phone, on camera. But I've just emailed out the sheet with about 15 tabs on it. So check your inbox if you're a member. If you're not and you join in the next 45 minutes, you'll get it. Otherwise, it will be stored in the vault for you to view later while you watch the lesson. But in that sheet, you've got a load of different, they're not full arpeggios, they're just shapes that you can use to solo over a blues in A. So last week in the lesson, we looked at the 12-bar jazz blues, which goes A, D, A, A7, D, D sharp diminished, A, F sharp 7, B minor, E, and then a little turnaround. Okay. If you're just tuning in for the first time and you're seeing that, don't worry. There is a full lesson, a 55-minute lesson inside the site on all of those chords, easy ones and more complex ones. So take it just by logging in and going to the lesson vault. Hopefully over the last week, members that were at the lesson have got that together. And now this week, we're going to be looking at how to solo over that progression. So slowly, I'll give you an example. In the sheet I sent out to members, you've got the first arpeggio looks like this. Okay. All that is it's 3 notes of an A major chord. It's the 5, which is an E, the 3, and the 1. Okay. When we go to the D chord, you'll see the next arpeggio is, I've decided, I didn't take the 1, the 3, and the 5 this time. I just took a little section of the chord of D9, which is 3 notes, bam, bam, bam. It's on the sheet. Hey, McDougs, welcome. And then we go back to A, and then there's a shape for A7. So as a quick example, if I was going to play the rhythm part, I'll play the chords and then I'll just play those shapes. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 1, 2, 3, 4, bar 2, bar 3. Okay, so that's the first 4 bars of a 12 bar in A, jazz blues, right? Okay, so instead of just noodling the blues scale over it, which is what 99% of guitarists that I first meet when they're first playing, and maybe you've learned the pentatonic or the blues scale, I'll do that. And most of the people I know will start noodling the blues scale like this. And if we're lucky, they might throw in a, which is that major third. But even most people don't even do that. They just stick to the minor third because it's the only scale they know. Now, what I'm going to do now is play those chord shapes again to set it up in your head. And now I'm going to just noodle around the chord tones. Here we go. Bar 5. So obviously I went through the whole 12 bars there. I think I only made one mistake, which was pretty good. And slowly again, those first 4 bars, because I kind of got a bit carried away there. Those first 4 bars go A, D, A, then A7. So just using those first few tabs on the sheet, it goes. So. Okay. And obviously I'm kind of bouncing around those arpeggio notes. And that's basically a little bit of a theory lesson on how we start to approach soloing over a jazz blues. In today's main lesson inside the site, we're going to be looking at how to throw in out notes, how to intersperse the blues scale and other scales into your soloing, and basically how to get that real classic jazz blues sound. It's going to take about 50 minutes to give the lesson. Of course, a couple of downloadable sheets that you'll be sent, or you've already been sent. Members have already got that. And of course, we're going to be going to town on it. And hopefully by the end of the session, you'll have a much better understanding of how to solo over the jazz blues, and where to start. And ideally, you can spend the next week or two just getting a backing track going. Of course, there'll be a play along track in the vault for you to use, and just practice the concepts that are taught today, and and get better, jam, play around with it, noodle, have fun, and basically try and start getting that jazzier sound into your blues playing. So that's what that little lesson hopefully gave you an insider's one little concept of what you can do. Of course, there are dozens and dozens that I know of and that I use regularly, and I'm really going to be going into town on those today. If you missed last week's lesson, it's now in the vault. You could take it, learn all the chords. This week, we're going to be looking at these kind of arpeggio chord tone style soloing techniques. And next week, we're going to be looking more at out notes and how to bring it all together. So it's a few weeks of the jazz blues, but I think it's really important. If you can already play some blues, or you love playing folk and you just want to start getting a more melodic sound, this stuff is dynamite. Thanks for watching. Thanks for tuning in. I hope that helped. And I'm going to get ready now for the members Zoom that's kicking off in 45 minutes. See you there. And if you're not a member and you do want to get inside, just click the link around this video and we'll see you there too. Thanks for watching.